going to switch people in and out.
Okay.
Hi, so we're back here. I'm sitting with Jen Stirrup. We're talking. What's really interesting to me when you start to connect with different people, I know Jen from Twitter. We've met a couple times in person. But what always amazes me is when I read tweets from Jen, I read it in English. Jen, how you doing? Tell me what you're doing this week. How you reaching out to the community? Are you having a good time?
I'm having an awesome time. I can honestly say that the Sequel Pass Summit is the best week of my year. I love it. I love coming over and travelling 10,000 miles in total to be here. There's so many things. I love networking with my peers. I always learn new stuff. And I mainly learn about data in SQL Server, and I love that. And it's great participating in Twitter, for example, because I always feel that I've got to know people before I meet them in person. So when I actually arrive here, I don't feel lost at all because I've already kind of pre-met people before I've arrived. You know, you sort of meet them in advance over Twitter before you meet them in person. And I think it helps to build a community because I keep running into people here that are from Europe, and it's fantastic. We've got people genuinely from all over the world here celebrating data, celebrating SQL Server, and that's just fantastic. So yeah, very happy to be here.
That's interesting. You raised a couple good points. The idea that that the ice is already broken, you've already had conversations, you already know people, and so when you come here and you sit down, you've already know who they are. And it's just a matter of saying, oh, hey, we talked about this or we talked about that. Jen, I don't know if you mentioned, where did you come from? Tell everybody where you're visiting us from.
I'm actually Scottish, so hence the accent. If you have watched the film Braveheart, you might be familiar with my accent anyway, so...
That's just absolutely fascinating. Jen, thank you so much for sitting down, taking time with us. I'm going to hand the mic over to Lana here, and I think Lana's got, Ryan Adams. Thanks again. We appreciate you stopping by. Hi, Lana.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Ryan Adams, and Ryan is a regional mentor for the South Central region of the USA. Ryan, how are you enjoying Past Summit so far?
Absolutely loving it. You couldn't get a better group of folks together. The family feel and the love that's here is just amazing. Yeah, it's great to be here.
That's awesome, Ryan. And can you tell us a bit about your work as a regional mentor?
Yeah, the regional mentor role is a really unique role. It's really interesting. You get to see how all the different user groups do different things. What works in one place doesn't always work in another place. But what I really like to do there is make sure that I can have an open communication channel, because the more that I can get that flow and that communication so everybody knows what's going on, we can share ideas and pull those things together, the more effective we can be as user groups.
Great. And how would you suggest that people get in contact with a regional mentor if they haven't already?
Definitely hit the PASS site. You can go in there and search by region. As soon as you search by region, it'll show you all your RMs. Email them directly. If they haven't emailed you, if you can't find them, email me. I will help you. Whatever we need, we'll find it. But hit the PASS website. As soon as you search by region, it'll pull up the RMs for that region.
That's great. Thanks, Ryan. And what about virtual chapters? I believe you're the virtual chapter leader for Performance VC as well.
I am, yeah. So I help run the Performance virtual chapter. Love the VCs. The reach that we get out of that, I mean, it's 1 hour free training. We do it once a month. There's a VC for everything you can imagine. I mean, converting from Oracle, healthcare, you name it, we get all of it. So yeah, it's a really cool deal. We get a good large reach out of that.
That's great. And what sessions are you looking forward to this week? What's on the top of your list?
One by Aaron Stellato. Bob Ward's always great. You can't miss Bob Ward. That man will blow your mind. Yeah. So I definitely got some good plans for sure.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ryan. We'll pass it back over to Chris.
Thanks, Lana. So one of the really interesting things that I like to see is healthy user group chapters. I'm sitting with Mike Fow, who runs the chapter in Denver with the help of the rest of the board. Mike, I'm curious, what makes a healthy chapter? Why is the Denver chapter so healthy?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing is just consistency of meetings. We do a meeting regularly every month on the third Thursday. Everybody knows when to expect it. Everybody knows it's coming up. And we communicate that out. We use emails that we send out through the PASS website to communicate with everybody on our list to say, hey. And then, of course, along with that, we have lots of great speakers like yourself that come and support the group and really give us a good quality offering out to other folks.
What I really, really like about the Denver group is it isn't just the weekly meeting, right? Don't you guys have study groups, and don't you have alternate times during the month where you guys meet?
Yeah, actually that's true. So one of the things we've started up recently is we do a weekly study group for people who are interested in getting Microsoft certifications. We also do a monthly networking lunch where we'll have people get together, just for lunch with their other peers. It's in the middle of the day, makes it a little easier and nicer to talk about stuff, more than just the technical training and the, hey, I've got this problem, whatever. It's a chance, much like this, the summit, to get together with your colleagues across the industry and say, hey, what's going on? What are you thinking about? What are you up to?
I find it fascinating that people don't take the opportunity to get involved with these groups. And just like you had mentioned, you've got certification groups that meet where smaller groups of people could meet, study together, exchange ideas about the exams. If someone wants to get a hold of a local user group, Ryan was kind of mentioning what he might do, where would you recommend people look?
Oh, there's a lot of different ways. Obviously you've got the sequelpass.org website, and they list out all the chapters, and they list it by region. So that's a great place to at least go. But also, do a look on Facebook, a look on Meetup. We post to LinkedIn, Meetup, to Facebook. We try to hit all those social media networks. And a lot of other user groups do it as well, because it's just a good way to get out and get connected. That's kind of how I found it. I just did a Google search saying, hey, Denver SQL Server User Group. That was like 3 years ago. And well, now 3 years later, here I am at PASS. I'm on the board, and I'm helping things grow even further.
You know what, Mike, I really appreciate you stopping by.
Sure.
We're both from Colorado. I appreciate you taking the time. I know that you're really busy. I don't want to keep you from the rest of the things at the summit. But make sure, if you have an opportunity, if you're here, visit with Mike, start with some of the regional leaders, look for the ribbons. Lana, what do you think? How are we doing down here in the community zone?
Oh, I think there's just such a great buzz, Chris. It's just awesome. And I've got to point out our super cool networking badges as well. So you can come down to the community zone. There's about 10 different networking badges. There's Hooked on SQL Saturday and past ones and some funny ones as well. It's a really great buzz, and looking forward to the exhibitor reception tonight. That'll also be a lot of fun. So all of our sponsors are down there waiting to talk to people. So yeah, I think it'll be great.
I hope it doesn't turn into last night.
Well, I don't know about that.
Thanks. We're going to go ahead and head back to the regular sessions. If you have something you want us to do, make sure you send us a submission. We're looking for them on Twitter. #PassTV. We'll talk with you soon.